Okay, hey, this is me again, coming back to make two videos for this YouTube. And the first one has to do with the life of Jesus and his divinity and his humanity. And oh yeah, to answer one question real quick that I was getting on this a lot at my other job. A lot of people seem to think that God having a son is impossible, and if he has a son, that makes him less than Almighty God. Well, let me just put it to you this way. Okay. Now, you as a human being, now say for example, you're the CEO of a Fortune 500 billion dollar company, right? And you have a son. Now, did that having a son thing make you less of a billionaire? Did it bring your company down? Did it make your name have less value? No, it didn't. Point being, there's religions that teach that God having a son makes him less of God. It does not. Why? Because he is the one who causes the creation of birth to happen. And people say because he has a son that makes him less of God. No, it does not. The reason that God has a son is the teaching of humility, which means I can be Almighty God and still have a child, or children, which technically we all are. That's why in every religion, all the religions that recognize God as the sovereign deity slash creator of the whole universe, they call him the same thing, the Father. So just to throw it out there, if you're one of them religions that says God either doesn't have a son or him having a son makes him less of God, then you having a child makes you less of a parent. So just think about that. You say that God having a son makes him less of God. How? Because we are all his children. But there's certain creations that he refers to as his children. Some fell from heaven to earth and some stayed in heaven. Just to answer the question, no, it does not make God less of God to have a child. It does not. No, it doesn't. It's a teaching of humility that I have a son, I'm Almighty God, and I listen to my child when my son speaks to me and tell me things. I allowed y'all to be able to have children to see how it feels to be able to create life and to see if you'd be humble enough to listen to your child if I can listen to mine. Other thing about just the whole Trinity thing. And people ask the question too, like, so how is it that Jesus can be God in the flesh? Simply put simply, you, as the child, are your parent's seed, which means you carry some of your parents' characteristics while having some of your own. Same thing with God and his son. God took some of his spirit, aura, chi, whatever you want to call it, molded a fleshly body and put his spirit in that form to make an image that mankind is used to seeing, which is itself Jesus or Yahshua or Yahweh or whatever you want to call him. And he put his own spirit in a fleshly body, so whenever someone sees him, like for example, when you pass away or you have a near-death experience or something, and you see him, you're not frightened by his image of almighty, humongous, gigantic, glowing being that looks all perfect and celestial and glowing and stuff. And he's basically, you are an ant to compare to Mount Everest, which is God. You're the ant, God is Mount Everest. Just put it that way. And He put his spirit in that body so that you could speak to someone that looks like you. Because again, I'm just saying, if God just let you go straight to him, you'd feel, worthless because you're looking at a perfect being with no flaws, and you're a being with way too many. And if you were to go to God and talk to him or look in his eyes, you would see the you he created perfectly. Then you'd be looking at the you that is on earth sinning against him, and then you feel ashamed, or you would